Hi everyone, I'm Francesca Obordo and I want to be Barkada's next freshman representative. I could go on for the next 2 minutes telling you why you should vote for me, but I won't bore you with a bunch of adjectives and synonyms describing myself. Instead, I want to give you a glimpse into the journey of how I ended up here where I'm standing right now. Let's start with freshman orientation, the clubs and organizations fair. I remember hurriedly throwing myself into the hectic bustle of new students, trying to find their clubs of interest, relying on my instincts to lead me right to the nearest Filipino culture group. That was the first time I met Alexis, the big one. I remember hurriedly asking, "Is this a Filipino club?" And as soon as I got Alexis's yes, I was won over. After that, no one had to convince me to attend Barkada's first meet and greet at Red Mango, or even the first GM. I was already there before the emails were even sent out, except for maybe a couple of the first dance practices. But that's a whole nother story. You see, when I first got here, I thought that I couldn't dance to save my life. But hey, I gave it a shot, and let me tell you, it was worth it. Barkada, you taught me that I can't be too scared to step out of my comfort zone, and that it's okay to express yourself in front of the people you've grown to know as your family, or your ohana. And you know what? I want nothing more for all of you than to feel the same way. So to my fellow freshies, give me a chance. Let me be the bridge between our freshman class and eBoard. I want you all to feel the same way I feel about Barkada. But most importantly, I want to be the one to hear you guys out, to make you guys feel like we're all in Ohana, and to make sure that our upperclassmen-filled eBoard remembers that our voices matter too. Barkada, you had me from the moment you met me, with endless food and dancing and making a fool out of yourself in front of your friends and loving it, and the extraordinary people. So family, I hope that you don't vote for me for the adjectives and synonyms that I didn't give you, but for the passion, vision, and love that I have for Barkada. Whether you decide to vote for me or not, thank you for becoming my new home and my new ohana. Thanks for listening. Senior year, I was the leader of a couple clubs, the Asian American Affinity and Destination Imagination. And in those two clubs, I was always a co-leader, so I always had someone supporting me. But I was always organized, and I knew how to get everyone together. And like we are in Barkada, we always know how to have fun. But then I knew how to quiet everyone down, get everyone to listen, and get to the point. I definitely know how to keep meetings organized and stay on task and get the work done in the time that it needs to be done and in the manner that it should be done effectively. I'm very outgoing, so I believe that I would be able to effectively integrate the freshmen into Barkada more because this year I've noticed that the freshmen are very prominent in Barkada meetings and events, but the freshmen kind of stick with the freshmen. So I think I would be able to integrate them more into and bridge the gap between the age gap between the freshmen and second year, third year, all of us. I'm also very organized and responsible, so if I'm ever given a task, I would be able to get it done, and I wouldn't mess around. I would get it done efficiently and immediately. I'm very familiar with most faces that are already in Barkada, so if I see any new faces, I do my best to go up to them, introduce myself, ask them if they're new to the club, and if they open up to me about where they're from or anything, I would start a conversation, and if they had any questions, I would just answer them or help them to feel comfortable and make them feel the way you guys made me feel when I first got here. I felt immediately like I was already part of the club. Like I didn't have to fight for a place here, and I would make them feel the same way, make them feel very safe in our club. As I stated a lot in my speech, Barkada is my family, and you guys have made me feel very at home here. But I also know how important it is for us to continue to stay structural as an organization and to remain prominent on campus, spreading Filipino culture and tradition, and spreading what we do here outside of our club. And so Barkada to me is just a very important club group where we can all come and be ourselves, be a family, and get work done, and carry our work out into the world to make it a better place. Yeah. My leadership style is hearing people out first and absorbing what other people have to say before putting in my input. As a leader, I've always been able to take everyone else's opinions and try to put myself in their shoes and see their perspectives. But then at the end of the day, after taking all that into consideration, giving my own input and making it solid, I guess, and concrete too, and delivering whatever message I have to people. And if we are to have another freshman representative, I would do my best to communicate with them and to make sure that we're always on the same page with what we're working on. And like I said, put myself in their shoes, try to see where they're coming from, see what their opinions are, their perspectives, and talk to them. And just make sure that wherever we go in the club and whatever we're doing in e-board meetings, we're always on the same page and we're always moving forward together.